Okay, I'm still a little wobbly. I'm getting to learn this little setup I have here. Right now we're gonna do a little bit of like after the pin for last week because, well, things got changed around. So, let me see. If we go to my current week, the last day of my week, I need to weigh myself. This got rescheduled because of the winter weather. So I'm still learning how to decorate my page and everything, so that will hopefully grow with time. Okay, I completely did this wrong. Let's try this again. Hello everybody, my name is Tasha. As soon as I can figure out how, my channel name will be One Journey from 1/4 to 14, because I'm currently on 1/4 acre land, and hopefully by summer I will be on 14 acres that me and my husband purchased about a year ago. Of course, it's not paid for. We're still paying on it. Been there twice, but right now I just started planning. So as you can see, my spread setup is pretty basic compared to things that I've seen. I got this mainly to budget with, and there's a few things that I need to change out here. Like, for one, well, I know in one of these sticker books that I've had for over a year, there's some rescheduled stickers, because I was supposed to be getting some chicks on Wednesday the 17th. They were supposed to be hatching out. Well, with the storm, I got rescheduled. Oh, okay, animals. Sorry about that. Cat just... see if I can get y'all back. The cat just slid across the floor. Not my cat. My son's cat. Now I gotta fix everything. Thank you so much, Lucy. Go up just a little bit here. You know, your kids leave home. Okay, so where were we? Before my son's animals just come crashing into my table. Yeah, you know how they move out and you pray they don't come back with children? Yeah, well, mine came back with a pregnant dog and a kitten. So now I have a pregnant puppy. She's like 6 months old. And so now I have, she delivered 8 puppies, but only 7 survived. So now I have 7 3.5-week-old puppies, a 6-month-old dog that's not very well trained. And of course, you know, you can't really, cats just kind of rule everything. But the problem with that is I have a very well-behaved 1.5-year-old, I'm sorry, 2.5-year-old dog, and a very well-behaved 5.5 to 6-year-old cat. So these little puppy and kitten coming in and just kind of, you know how it is. Okay, so like I was saying, my hatch day and my surprise box arriving has been pushed back because of the weather. So I have these huge rescheduled stickers. I've had this sticker book for a very long time. I think 2 years ago, I tried to get into planning and purchase these. Let me see. else, maybe something a little bit smaller. Cleaner Basics, let me see. And just like a few other people I follow on YouTube, I'm kind of just, I do a little bit of back planning as well as future planning. So those have been rescheduled. I hate the fact that I wasted that square doing nothing. Let me see. I tried to do this. I upload it. I'm going to be working on this later, and that I had no water for several days. Oh, by the way, yes, no water for several days. Let me see, we woke up Tuesday morning with no water. And we got it back either Thursday or Friday. I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna have to look back, but I'll just put it across both days because it was one of those days. I finally got my water back, and then I've just been working on just catching up. And of course, I should have weighed myself first thing this morning, but I wasn't thinking. So now we're gonna try to work on next week. Now this was rescheduled until March 10th. So that's gonna be in next month. I do have a little bit of budgeting set out on next month so far, but I don't have any of my weekly spreads done. Let's see. My hatch day got rescheduled to March 10th. And I'll just put that there so I don't forget, although it's baby chicks. I will never forget. I love my chickens. This was the first payment of some debt that came back and kind of bit me in the booty whenever I was trying to figure out how we were going to get to Missouri. And it was a credit card I had, oh wow, a long time ago. And I was like, I don't even, but they waited 15 years to go to collections. Like, I forgot completely about this thing. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I owe you. So I set up a payment plan with them. That was my first payment. It's going to be paid off in 6 months. Every payment's going to be the same except for one payment is the last payment. I think it's a little less than all the others. I'm going to have to look at my paperwork and figure that out. But we have next week. So next week, the last week of February, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I'm very new with stickers, and I don't really know what to do here. But I don't know if you noticed here, but I did get the pressed flowers box. I added a few stickers here. And then, of course, our Mardi Gras was just so ho-hum. So that is what it is what it is. Do we have any holidays or anything coming up next week? See, because when we have holidays, like, of course, I don't have very many stickers. So my son does little sketches for me. Like, that was for Abraham Lincoln's birthday. And let me see. We had Groundhog Day. He did this cute little groundhog sketch for me. And of course, he also has 6 more weeks of winter. Well, that's probably in every state except for where I live at, Louisiana. We have like a solid 10, 15 days of winter. And that's it. So starting tomorrow. So I do have this book that I bought, I think, at Walmart for like $5. It was on sale. I was tripping whenever I saw it. I'm not lucky enough to go to Michael's and catch everything on sale for $2, $3. And I never have money in the bank to buy anything whenever Happy Planner goes on sale. But I do have these 3 sticker books. And I've gotten into this one a little bit. I love pressed flowers. Whenever I was growing up, we would always, me and my grandmother. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do here. I guess we'll figure it out together. Let me see. I do know Wednesday, my husband gets his Social Security check. And Monday is the 1st, and he gets paid on the 1st. So, being that it's on a Monday, chances are he won't get his paycheck until Monday. Although for some reason it's been popping up in the bank like 2 days early, and it's just been scaring the crap out of me because I'm just so afraid we're going to spend the money before it's time. So let me see. I'm definitely not going to do too much because, as you can see on my other spreads, I'm not very good at this yet. I do know. Let's see. E-tail's been paid. The only thing I really have is my Money Lion and Netflix coming out next week. So Money Lion is on Wednesday, like it is every Wednesday, and Netflix is on Friday. Colors. What colors do I want to use? Does it really matter? I know everybody's so big on colors and everything. It's still very blah here. I don't know if I really want to get into florals too much. Let's see what we got in the winter book. Well, it's probably going to be in the 70s and 80s, so winter may not be such the best idea. I'm sorry, I've never done this before on camera, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing. Everybody just seems so pulled together whenever they do this. They probably plan it for 45 minutes to an hour to a day to a week before filming. I don't have the luxury of that time. Let me see. I know I want a list for extras in the cleaning. Queen, hold on one moment. Okay, people, I'm sorry about that. My son's dog could come in with the roll of toilet paper from their bathroom. And I wonder why I went through like 24 rolls in a week and a half or so. Like, it's crazy. There's only 4 of us here. Okay, so I took the time to kind of go through here and look at some of these stickers for next week. Not that I've come up with a very definitive plan, but I guess we're gonna go colorful. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here for a little bit of, just be the game changer. Now, I do know that the furniture payment's coming out next of this check, of his Social Security check. It's gonna be the furniture payment. Netflix. Let me see. Look at next month. And I don't really have it on here. Did I put it here? Let me see. All my mess, you know. Errands is $100 and something. I just have $200 budgeted for it, but it's going to be coming out of this check, but I wrote it for next month. So in the last week, they pulled his payment out of the checking account automatically. He just outgrew his bed, and at the time, we couldn't afford to just go out and buy him a bed, so we went to errands. And I know it's a stupid thing to do. I mean, my furniture in my living room I bought from Big Lots and built it myself, put it together myself. Why? Because it was cheaper that way. And that's usually how I do all of my furniture. My bedroom furniture, I bought off Wayfair. I built it, put it together. I got my mattress from them, but I just didn't have the money to do it whenever my son needed a bed. So we got it from Aaron's. It's a really nice set, don't get me wrong, but a little bit too big for his bedroom, but it'll be all right. We're paying for it, so try to get that paid off ASAP as soon as I get my $1,000 saved up, you know, Dave Ramsey. Then I must start paying off our cell phones, because our cell phone bill is outrageous, people. Like, really outrageous. We're not even going to get into that right now. This isn't about budgeting this time. We're going to do that on Wednesday. But I do know the errands is coming out of that payment, and the rest, after I get the little bills paid, I think I'm going to have like $400 or $500 to sink into sinking funds, and I'm gonna do that for the month of March, because I did notice with the way that we get paid, I really need to use that last money in February to sink some funds for March for groceries and things of that nature. Yes, tobacco and tubes. I have a horrible addiction. Been smoking since I was 6. I know, it's horrible. My uncle thought it was cute that I can inhale and not cough, so. But we save a lot of money by rolling our own. So I was doing this at $90 a week, and we still were running out of money in our cigarette fund. So I just said, screw it. And I bought a cigarette rolling machine, and it was an adjustment to get used to them, but hey, it works. I'm not sure how I feel about this. There's a whole lot of stuff, like we don't have gas in our home. When I get to Missouri, I plan on having a propane tank, so I'll just change the word gas to propane, I guess. Water and sewage, we have a well, and we have a septic tank, and I plan on having a well and septic tank whenever I get to Missouri. Also, my land is raw land, and to get electric there would cost a fortune. So we're probably going to be solaring it up off-grid. I mean, my quote for my well was $14,000. I mean, I live in southeast Louisiana. I mean, you go outside with a water hose and you can pretty much drill your own well. And, I mean, water's like literally at the surface. Whereas in Missouri, they've got to go down the first, I think, 300 or 400 foot's protected, or the first 200 foot's protected water. So you got to go down beneath that, and then you're well over 1,000 foot in elevation. And 6 acres of my 14 acres is up on a mountain. And as much as I would love my home to be at the top of that mountain, that's another 400 or 500 foot to drill through for water, and I'm not doing that. So I bought the 8 acres on the side of the 6 acres. That's more flat, and that's where I plan on picking out my home site, because it's several hundred feet that, you know, I don't have to drill through in order to get to water. So let me see. I know I need a box for a list, and I have plenty of colors to choose from. Kind of a rainbowy sticker there. Hold on one second, let me check and see if it's in my dryer. Okay, while I was up, I went ahead and fixed me a cup of coffee. I'm trying to put it to where it's not blocking any of the horrible lighting that I have in here. Okay, I'm probably just gonna do, I don't want one that says today, because, well, it's gonna be more than just, it's kind of like a weekly list. Sometimes I get everything done, sometimes I don't. It's for like the extra cleaning I want to do that week. Like my boys' bathroom, it's their responsibility. But, you know, sometimes I still gotta get up in there and scrub it because, well, they're boys. Weekend. I'm not the best sticker. Let's just pull these out like everybody else does. Let's see if that helps. Looks good to me. But I'm new to this. Some of y'all might be driven crazy, but sorry. I always weigh myself on Sundays, and I don't have any black in there. Let's go with this one. And for 2 weeks, I've weighed the exact same amount. I cannot wait to step on the scale today and record my weight and see if there's anything. But, of course, it's been really hard to exercise in this weather. And I'm not going to exercise on my living room floor. We'll get into that on another video. My son's dog is not very well house trained, and it was very cold and icy this past week, and yeah, she only went outside for a minute, and then she'd go hide in her kennel with her puppies. And then I would wake up in the morning, and my husband and myself would just clean up piles and piles. And we had no water, so I could not shampoo my carpet. And let's just say I've been wearing my tennis shoes in my home all week. We're going to try to get that shampooed today because it is disgusting. But we'll get in. Yeah, so I'm not working out on my living room floor. That's a lot of pink on the side of each other, but that will be okay. Chances are, let me see. And none of these holidays are coming up that I'm looking at here. Let me see. I know this is probably getting boring, and I'm sorry. Let me see. I guess I can do. There's a lunch in there. Oh, of course she slid right at the last second. I know 2 years ago I bought some washi tape, but I cannot for the life of me find it. I've checked in every, junk drawer I've got in my house. The one in my living room, the one in my bedroom, and I cannot find it. I found a lot of my stuff, like these sticker books that I bought 2 years ago. Okay. I finally get it to stick, and I stuck it a little bit too far. My husband told me the first time he saw me doing this, he's like, I bet you love those paper dolls with the stick-on clothes growing up. I was like, no, actually, I did footballs and basketballs. My sister had the dolls. Not that she really struck me as a doll kind of girl. I guess Mama was just kind of pulling for straws that she'd have a girly girl. And she knew that she was wasting her time with this one. I mean, I can still rock it in, some 6-7 inch heels. I usually wear 4 to 5s for back problems. They actually, so much easier on your back to go with 4-inch heels than it is to go with 2-inch heels. 2-inch heels kill me. And I can dance all night long and dress up with the best of them. But I've never really been a girly girl. I'm a tomboy. Most of my friends are dudes. I worked in the plants. We'd get off work, ran out, go to the bar, drink some beer. I'd laugh at them while they flirted with the girls. The bartenders. Knowing 90% of them had an old lady at home, and they'd still be sitting there flirting and promising the moon and the stars. And I just look at the girls and just roll my eyes, shake my head a little bit to the no, don't believe anything he's saying. we'd go hit strip club someday after work. Well, because that's what the guys wanted to do, and they were my crew, so if I wanted to hang out with them, I pretty much had to do that on those days. It was fun. Me and the bartender, they had a male bartender there. He was amazing. Me and him got really tight. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in about a year, but I mean, it's been 6 years since I've seen him in person, but I haven't talked to him in about a year. But me and him got pretty tight. He was a really good bartender. Anybody that can make me a margarita from scratch and it actually tastes like a margarita, I consider a good bartender, because you would be surprised in South Louisiana how many people just cannot make one. It's horrible. And then you try to critique them and tell them how to do it, and then they get, you know, butt over the shoulders, butthurt about it, and you just order a Bud Light, get it over with. That's a little big. I guess that's for the big size. Next weekend, my husband has off work. He works every other Saturday for half a day. So that means we'll be able to do something, project or something around here. I know we never got that brooder box set up, and with the chicks not coming this week, it's not a big deal. We'll probably need to do something along those lines to get the chicks ready for them to come. I get a surprise box every year from Tackle Hatchery, and they just, like, after they do their shipment, they just kind of put all the extra chicks in boxes and mail them off to people that bought the surprise boxes. And I love my surprise box hens. You end up with all kind of awesome ones that you would never think to purchase. Like, I never thought that I would be a duck girl, but here I am with 2 ducks outside. One of them gives me a fresh egg almost every single day. And they sent me a turkey, but sadly he only lived like 5 or 6 weeks. He or she, I'm not sure what it was. And it was sad and unfortunate, and I'm kind of hoping I get a turkey this year. I would like a male and a female for breeding stock, so that I can hatch out their babies and have more turkeys so that I can eat them. I know, I'm sorry. I eat my animals, except for, you know, my cats and dogs. Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. But, you know, chickens, whenever I get to Missouri, they'll be the pigs and the cow. When I get them, I cannot wait. Oh God, I cannot wait. Now, let me see. When did I do laundry last week? Well, I was supposed to do it Friday, which I did do a lot of laundry whenever, but I always go up a day. So if it was Friday, what was the other day? Friday and Monday, it'll be Sunday and Thursday, but I think we're gonna go Sunday and Wednesday. I think we'll do that, Sunday and Wednesday. Now, I only do, me and my husband take care of me and my husband's laundry. My boys are old enough to take care of their own laundry. They are 18 and 15. They have been doing that for a while. I really need to find me some cute laundry stickers on Etsy and buy some. Let me see. So me and my husband do laundry twice a week for our clothes. And we don't always have a whole load, but you know. You throw in the sheets or the kitchen towels or whatever extra to make it a load and you're good. You know, my Docky boy, my dog, he has a blanket that we keep folded up on the living room floor because he eats all of his beds. But he will not eat the blanket, so we just fold up a blanket and put it on the floor, and that's kind of his bed. And, you know, we'll throw it in and wash it. Usually I'll wash it and the kitchen towels together because it's almost a whole load. My kitchen towels, I only have like 10 or 15, and they're, you know, little kitchen towels, so I usually wash them together, but I don't have those marked as laundry days. I wash them whenever I can get into the, because, you know, I do have 2 of the boys, and one of them thinks he needs to wash his bed sheets like every night. I'm like, Gavin, you can wash your sheets once a week, they'll be fine. But he's like, Mom, I sweat too much. Okay, but I mean, twice a week, 3 times a week, you have to wash them 7 nights a week. You sleep on the couch at night, you ain't gotta worry about it. I don't know. I don't know. Thursday, I need to grocery shop. Okay, I hear something hitting the back side of my trailer. I don't know if my neighbor's out there picking up the limbs in between our property and about to cut grass or what. That's most likely it. He's a wonderful neighbor. When my air conditioner went out, my central unit, he works on air conditioner, so I went over there and asked him, you know, I turned it on, it was making a weird noise. I was like, what do you think it is? He's like, just run it until it kicks the bucket and will cross the break. Then, that, you know, it's not going to blow up. You can run it. Well, the unit's right outside of my bedroom, so I could not run it because I could not stand the sound. It was horrible. So I would run it during the day, and the dog would be all agitated because, you know, it's a high-pitched squealing noise. So I just got to a point where I was just like, I bought some window units and put them in. Had a neighbor actually come over and help put them in because, and I bought some ceiling fans because my trailer didn't have any ceiling fans for some reason. So we bought some ceiling fans and put them in all of the bedrooms, and we bought some window units and was just going to say, forget it, you know, use the window units. Well, one day my neighbor just comes and knocks on my door and says, hey, I got an air conditioner. I was like, you got an air conditioner? He's like, yeah, somebody upgraded their unit because their unit wasn't big enough for their home to keep their home as cold as they want it to, but it'll be perfect for you. And I was like, okay, how much do I owe you? He's like, nothing. I'll come over and put it in as soon as I can. About 2 or 3 days later, my husband's in the front yard taking care of the chickens. Me and my husband's both in the front yard taking care of the chickens and just doing some yard work and stuff. And I come inside and I hear something out my back door. And I open my back door and there's like 3 sets of neighbors just standing out the back door, drinking beer, talking to each other while he's putting in this unit. So I go back there and I'm like, is there anything I could do to help? He's like, nope, just stay out my way. I was like, okay, dude, you've only lived here for like a year, but I love you. I mean, I've lived here, well, God, my grandfather paid $150 for this property. So yeah, I think he bought it in like the 20s or something. I don't know. So, I mean, even though the family's been here, I mean, we've been here forever. He just came in. Like, I've watched like 5 different families live next door. And I have to say, I think he's my favorite. Although the last neighbor was a police officer. And I helped them solve a crime because somebody came and backed up into my backyard to pick up an old refrigerator. Well, that same person had broke into a house across the street. And I had their tire impressions in my backyard because I let them have, I think it was a dryer. Because my dryer went out and just like kicked it out the back door and put a new dryer in. And I told my husband, I'm like, you've got to deal with that. Well, he never dealt with it. So he came by and I heard somebody in my yard. And I opened my front door because my rooster's going crazy. And I opened up my front door. And I think that man probably would have broken into my home if I would not have been home. But I was home with no vehicle. But my rooster was going crazy. They're wonderful watch animals. They will alert you if anything's amiss in the yard, you know. A cricket jumps and they can't reach it. They will alert you. So anyway, that's another story. So I poked my head out and he's like halfway through my yard. And I mean, I have old lawnmowers and stuff, you know, on my property. And I think he was about to wipe me out, which I don't know if I would have been upset with or not, honestly. But when he saw me, he said he was hungry and he had children and they were hungry. And I was like, I got like 20 dozen eggs in the house. If you're hungry, you know, I got you, dude. And he's like, so what were you going to do with that washing machine in the back? I said, well, actually, it's a dryer. My dryer went out. I bought a new dryer. I kicked it out the back door because I was home alone. And it was just me, and I'm a 5'3" woman, and, you know, hey, I changed it out. That was plenty enough. And my husband, my uncle, somebody was the boys were young at the time, you know, somebody else was supposed to do something with it. Like, I was not dragging it by the road and taking care of it, hauling it off, or none of that. So the guy asked me if he could have it so he can go scrap it or whatever. And I was like, sure. Well, whenever he backed in to pick it up, it wasn't muddy, but it was enough that it left a tire impression. So whenever the neighbor came home and their home had been broken into, and then it was a neighbor across the street, and then the other neighbor who has been here longer than her family's been here longer than my grandfather, you know, so her name's Miss Joyce. So Miss Joyce looked at her cameras and she's like, somebody tried to get into my home. And I was like, I wonder if my rooster scared off the person who was trying to get into your home. Well, the house behind Miss Joyce, and I'm talking, she's got like a 3-acre tract that goes straight back, and there's another home in the back. They climbed up on the roof, removed the air conditioner, and climbed in and robbed the whole house. Well, the person who was poking around Miss Joyce's was the same person who came to my house and get the dryer out of my bag. So my neighbor was a cop at the time, and I was like, dude, you could take because they were not normal tires. They were like aftermarket tires and much wider than normal. And I was like, my aunt recognized his voice, and she said it was this guy. So whenever I met the guy on the porch, so if this guy has these tires, and that's the same person that she's seen at Miss Joyce's, there's a 99% chance of the same person that robbed that house in the back. And it turned out it was all true. So, They got arrested for that. God, that was years ago. I don't even know how I got in that conversation. It doesn't really matter. I'm sorry. Okay, so I have to go grocery shopping. This is for weekend projects. That's for me to weigh myself Sunday. These are my laundry days. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that for now. If I change anything once I get all my budget in and figure out bill due dates and all that stuff, I'll probably do some more. But here I am talking to myself, feeling awkward, thinking about things. I really want to cover this up. But I may be able to put something in savings this week with my husband's Social Security check. I don't know. I got marker on my thumb. Oh, God, I need to do my nails. I never do my nails. My son wanted me to do them, so I did them, and then, you know, they're growing out, they're flaking up. I haven't had a manicure in 2.5, 3 years. It's horrible. All right, you know what? That's black. I don't want black. We're gonna go here with one thing at a time. And that's kind of cockeyed. It'd be all right. And then I'm gonna put, don't forget above it. No, I'm put remember above it. Remember, it's one thing at a time. That's gonna drive me crazy. And I'm not even OCD like talking about. I don't know what's worse, the Cricut sticker or the sticker that's not going to be. Ooh, my foot's going to sleep. Nope, it's still a touch crooked. You know what, if it's still crooked, oh well. My faucet is dripping, and as much as it's driven me crazy for the last several months, it's been dripping. After going so long without water, that water dripping sounds so wonderful in my ears right now. Okay, so that's my start. I got these stickers from Plush Planning for bill pay stickers because, well, my February looked really crazy. Put this back in here. And so I wanted something a little bit neater for March, not to mention in February I kept getting hit with all of these things that were just, you know, popping out, and I was just writing them in, and it was crazy. Well, that, I looked back and wrote that in, but no, it was here. Like Amazon Prime. It just popped out, so I wrote it in. Just popped out an Apple 1959. I still haven't figured out what that's for. I need to go through my kids' phones and figure out if anybody has anything from 1954 coming out, because I didn't have anything on mine. And, well, Amazon, that was me. I bought that. Etsy, that was me. I bought that. These stickers were so cute and worked so well in my March from Plush Planning that I ordered some other design stickers and see if they would work. I think they're cute. So we'll see how it goes. But yes, I have, yes, $457.90. Okay, we'll get into that on the budgeting video whenever I do that in a few days. Right now it's just crazy. All right. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, it would be lovely. I would love to hear them. Trust me, because I'm very new to this. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. I'm not monetized, but hey, maybe one day. Bye, guys.